Hi folks, Dave with DBS Tech Talk. And today, I'm going to give you a quick update about the ZMF Classics and my impressions. Got these a week ago, and they are my first experience in a modded headphone, especially, and they're also my first Fostex experience. They are also my first ZMF experience, and so a lot of firsts. Don't really have anything else to compare to them. Of course, back in the day, I did kind of mod my M1060s, but the only thing I really did with those was remove the foam and behind the cover and change the pads on them. That's basically all I did on the M1060, so I wouldn't really call that a mod, so to speak. Anyways, interesting build, very macho looking, and kind of wish I'd gotten a pilot pad with them. The headband strap is a little stiff. It reminds me of a belt. Wish it was a little more soft and pliable, I guess would be the word to use. Like the AM Flow Open Salve from Mr. Speakers. The headband cover is nice. It's got a nice feel to it. Looks nice. It's just got an okay pad. It's not anything spectacular on there. The slider setup is interesting. Works good. You can expand them quite wide. The pads are nice and plush. Best pads I've ever had on a headphone. I mean, these things are deep and insanely, crazily good. It does have a lot of dampening under there. You can feel quite a bit inside there. I do like the fact that you get a little bit of branding. I don't know if you can see that inside there or not. It does say ZMF. There you go. On the head strap. For the balance on the ports, they are at a slight angle towards the front, so when you have your cable in, it kind of goes out over your shoulders. Speaking of the cable, I got the mini XLR, obviously, and then a XLR 4-pin because I wanted to use it with my AU X7S. And the flat cable is an interesting choice. It's nice and doesn't really tangle. It's nice and light. The heaviest part of the whole cable is the connector. Has a little bit of tape right here, and then it splits into the two separate ears. And it's not a bad cable. I've had a lot worse of stock cables. Looking at you, Grotto, and also Full Cal Elex. So it's not terrible, but I wouldn't put it as my favorite stock cable of all time for headphones that I've used. How does it play with the different amps that I have? Plays well with them all. Each one of them kind of does things a little differently, which is to be expected. But some of them aren't a super good match for this headphone. I'll get more into that in detail in the review in the upcoming weeks. But I find that they all play well. This one here behind me, the Geshelli Arcal Pro and the Enog 2 DAC, is an interesting mix for this. And has an interesting setup as far as the gain settings for the DAC. The DAC has the output gains, and it's kind of odd. Try to explain that more in the actual review of the Geshelli and also in the review of the ZMFs. Right now, the combo that I like the most is the AU X7S and the Geshelli Enog 2 DAC. Bass wise is awesome on these. Very tight, very natural sounding, goes real deep. And then the mids are nice and smooth and have a little touch of warmth to them. And the treble is a little hit or miss for me. I can get a little bit of sharpness, a little bit of tizziness on some songs, and also depends on what my source is. So still kind of working that one out. Every now and then I find myself having to skip a song, which is kind of odd. I do like treble, but this is not quite the smoothest treble I've ever heard. But it's not terrible. It's not shouting in my ears or giving me fatigue in that way. So that's good. I have ran these for about 30 to 35 hours or so, and haven't noticed a whole lot of change. Maybe just a little bit more smoothness in the treble, and the bass has come in just a little bit better. But other than that, haven't noticed any super significant differences in sonic sound. Other than that, these are okay. Might pick up a pilot pad. This has been Dave with DBS Tech Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.